because when you have forums like this, I mean, look around, how many people of color do you see?
The Science Center is doing a series on race, and I was one of the three there, which is like a good role reversal, I think. So like there are. I'm glad it's popping up everywhere. But so if you guys don't know about those, I recommend attending them.
Before you leave, maybe stutter because I have no sleep. Do you know, since you said you're on the education committee, right? Because I didn't catch what it means.
Do I know what?
Are you aware of the schools in Des Moines area or outlying areas are withholding children's records, like their grades, their classes, any kind of communication, public records? They're withholding them if another parent sends maybe the superintendent or the counselors false allegations of abuse on the other parent, and they are withholding all this information so that parents cannot hear anything about their kids or their education, their graduation plan, prom. I mean, it goes from large to small events that parents aren't able to hear about. When parents go to the school and they're a joint custodial parent, the school staff is forcing them to leave the school and telling them they're not going to give them any information and that their child is scared of them. So that parent has to leave the school or basically the cops will come. But these are parents that have never done a crime, never done a drug maybe even, and they're forced to leave the school where they themselves were the primary custodial parent, and they registered that same child to that school district. So these are a lot of the parents that were never in the child's life until they parentally kidnapped that child and brainwashed them. And they're on a campaign of hatred toward that other parent. So not only do you not see their grades, their classes, their faces, you don't hear them, you don't get to talk to them, you don't even get to see them at school. If you go to the school and say, I just want to see my child, can I hug my child? They tell you to leave. And you're still joint, you don't have a no contact order. So why is it parents can't go to the school if there's no contact order and say, I want to see my child? And then the school will turn around and say, look, we don't want to get involved, but they are involved because they're not bringing your child that you gave birth to up to the front so you can look at that child and just cast your eyes upon the child you gave birth to. And this is not gender specific. This is for men and women alike. They're doing it. And if no one here knows what this is called, this is huge. And it's bigger than any of you can ever imagine. If it's not happening to you, then you're uneducated right now. It's called parental alienation. I know a man that has 9 Facebook groups dedicated to this. There's 40,000 parents and grandparents that are not seeing their child and that schools are not giving any information to them. I have 2 Facebook groups of my own. Mine's called Parental Alienation Awareness Iowa. I have over 475 parents that aren't seeing their children. We don't get to see our children open presents. We don't get to listen to them. We don't get to tell them good night. We don't get to go to the school and ask for their grades. We don't get to see them graduate. We don't get to see them get married. We don't see their grandchildren. This is not just a week. This goes on for months and years. And I have people on my site that have gone decades without seeing their children. And when the school does this to your child, they are helping foster the alienation process. Because that's just telling our children, look, we're in your corner. We're not going to let you, your mother or father hurt you. We're going to seclude you here. My children, in fact, were locked into the classrooms. When I go there and they lock my children in the classroom, I'm pissed. Why are you locking my children in a classroom? Because they're scared of me? I've been the only parent in their life, the only parent that raised them. This man saw them once a year. And he was able to go in, take my children out of that school, and I haven't seen them since. And it's been 2 years and 2 months. And I want to know why. And I want to know why I can't go to that damn school. Why is Dallas Center Grimes School doing that? It's not just Dallas Center Grimes, but Dallas Center Grimes is the worst. It's all over Des Moines.
Just
I
talk
don't
about
know. It's in many school districts. Here's the problem. Same thing happened to me. All of a sudden goes in, takes my children, has no court order to do it, takes my children out of school, keeps them isolated in his home, out of school for 6 months. Everything's tied up in court, attorneys are delaying, he's loving the delay, I'm going, get him in school. I'm a very academically minded person. My second daughter, full ride scholarship, she survived this attack from the dad. Some of my boys have not. They're now in a school district. My very first meeting, I go there to the assistant principal. I hand my ID. I had my modification from the court showing I have joint legal custody. I see my children, no criminal record, no DHS record. I'm an American mom. I make brownies. I make my kids eat broccoli. Nothing scary there. Go in and the lady says to me, oh, so you get to see your children? I'm like, what do you mean? What have you been told? She goes, well, I didn't know that you could see the children. I'm like, look, I don't know, lady, what you've been told, but here's my modification. Here's what do I need to have you see my attorney? A year and a half just to get their grades, pushing you around. I have copies of emails compared to what they told me, outright lies. State of Iowa requires by law that every parent is given every year a copy of when their child's in high school showing their progression to graduation and their course of study. They've yet to get it to me. They say they don't have that. They do it differently. There's no such thing. I call the Department of Education. They tell me, when you're ready to report that district, we'll help you. I'm not ready to do that yet for other legal reasons. But they said they're not in compliance, and you'd probably be surprised to know that a lot of districts aren't in compliance. On the Iowa Department of Education site, it says if you're a joint legal custody parent, you have all the rights as any other parent to go in there and whatever. Yet I met with one of my sons last night. For the first time in a year, his dad was able to withhold him. I have visitation. The court doesn't get involved. Attorneys don't want to hear it. Blah, blah, blah. I finally saw him. You know what he tells me? Oh yeah, I've been going to tutoring every day after school, all these things. I've been in the school district asking them. He's getting, addressing an issue. Why can't he have tutoring after school? His teacher's volunteering it. You're not the custodial parent. You're only getting grades. We're not doing that. We don't offer after-school tutoring. I finally get with this son, and he tells me he's received it all along. What's going on here? Number two, I've never gotten a copy of his graduation plan. He's going to get out of school at 19 and a half years of age for no reason. He was online, had solid education. He goes to the school district who likes to just have him sit there. He's not going to graduate. He's not going to have enough credits. He's just kind of sitting there being unmotivated. They're not getting him skill. I want to get him down to maybe Central Campus. So he'll at least have a trade so when he gets out he can figure out what that is while his dad does whatever. They won't talk to me. Why is that? Here's the worst part. They won't test him for skill, career stuff, any of the stuff the other students. You also have the legal right to know your children's testing, ITBS, standardized tests. They won't give me any of that. I have joint legal custody of my child, and I'm not the only one. I meet more women in that situation, and it's the same recipe. Go give the kids lots of gifts, take them to the non-custodial home. He didn't even get in trouble for keeping them truant out of school. But now, he has the legal right, without my joint legal approval, to hold them back a year, let them sit in school. Oh, and guess what? Because Iowa has a law that child support goes to the age of 19 if they don't graduate on time, he gets the last laugh. But you know who the cost is? The kids. You think those kids are going to have the same opportunity for scholarship? You think they're going to be motivated to come out of that situation of adult nonsense? I have a daughter who rose above that. She saw what was going on. And she stayed the course, got herself a full ride scholarship, made sure she stayed on her stuff, worked some stuff around. I had to put a team together to surround her in case he came for her, where she could go. That's sad. But now she's in a very nice Ivy League level school. Her brothers, same exact intellect. It's just how they were, not all of them, they're not all the same. But why is that when you have opportunity, abundance in America, and you have kids that really desire it? And even if, I'm not a big academic myself, but I can get there because I live in America and I can find a way.
But you've got these kids that are now gonna be more of a burden, they're gonna have more of a chance for unemployment, they're not gonna be able to have the same opportunities, and it's this school district. I could not believe their response when I went in there. They acted like, I don't even know what they were told.
Oh, no, no, no.
Is it Dallas Center Grimes?
No,
It's Waukee.
Waukee, and I had a child
It's
in Waukee
terrible.
also, and I'll tell you what they do over
But
there.
before,
need to
before you do,
interrupt.
because
The
I
teachers are
really have to
amazing.
go, I have people with, and
Yeah.
they're asking me to come, because they moved the whole speaking line, so I could come, you know. I don't know about this, okay, I don't, but what I would like to do, and my charge to you, is to get a hold of us, set up a time, and then educate us. We'll come to you, put together parents that you're talking about, you know, and I would even say we can host it at Creative Vision. You know, y'all can come and then educate us. We'll come and listen to you. And then you can educate us to what, unless it's somebody else, I just don't know.
How many can you bring?
Huh?
How many can you bring?
How many you want?
Everyone.
Every
It's-
single,
it's
I
a
want
big deal.
counselors from schools,
It's-
I want
No,
supervisors.
no, no, I'm talking about educate us first.
Okay.
I'm
bring
talking,
them
come
all.
and talk to us first,
I want
because
as
we don't
many.
wanna bring somebody else. But let's call, but let's make it a session to where we can look at solutions. And what we'll probably do is, I don't know what this falls, human resource?
This?
Yeah. With education and human.
Education and human resources.
What we'll do is invite our Democratic staff over so they can hear. Because if we have to craft some legislation, we can. But we need to know, you know, because I'm hearing your story, I mean, it's heart wrenching, you know.
This is nothing. We're just talking about the education.
Okay,
part.
well, that's what I'm
The
saying,
part
but let's
is
do
when
that,
they
let's get a date
finish-
set up, you can get a hold of me, I just trying to find a card.
I'll
But
let you
before I
know.
leave, you know, you'll give our information, get
You
our
didn't hear me
information.
say I'm an educator too.
Yeah,
Okay.
get our information, call, let's get it set up, and if you wanna do it before Christmas, we're willing, you know, to do it before that.
Can we
you
do it
know.
Monday, because I don't live in Iowa, I moved because of the injustices, I couldn't take it, I was in the ER every week, because of that school.
I can do it Monday morning.
See,
The
I can't-
kicker is
I
that
can't
when
do
they
that.
Monday
take
morning.
these kids,
Huh?
judges are giving them custody, and
Yes.
that's the tragedy of America.
Okay,
We
understand
are
that, but it's time that
in a
we
bad
sit down
situation.
and be educated. I mean, here's the thing, you're looking at three individuals sitting here that
Right.
don't mind listening and learning, but then we wanna do.
Right.
You know, I don't like meetings where we learn it, you know, and we don't do. You know, we have to be able to do, but we gotta know what to do. So if you, on a Monday morning won't work for
Won't
me.
work for
Well,
Yeah, and for parents.
I have a thing called reunification therapy at 10, but I can do anything after that.
What about
Well,
Sunday, the
evening-
prayer thing?
evening
Or
is
Sunday,
better
can
for
we
me.
do it at the prayer thing Sunday?
At the Capitol.
After the prayer thing, will you be there?
So,
At the Sunday after the event at the Capitol.
at the event at the Capitol, we do a Sunday meal program. We feed 400 people every Sunday. We've been doing it for over 14 years.
Is there a way that we could speak at that briefly,
Where?
at the prayer?
No.
Okay, can we talk to you after it,
Yeah.
and meet with people after?
Yeah, but I want us to be able to be, you know,
I can't do
we need
tomorrow.
legislators, we need to pick a time where we can come together, and y'all work that out, and I'll change my
All right.
schedule. This we make it in the
Y'all can
evening,
Skype
it's
too,
better
if
for
you're
me.
not in the state and
Well,
we've got a meeting with the legislators.
No, I wanna be here, but I need it to be a Monday or Friday, so I'm not missing a lot of work, because I've lost a lot of money.
What days are you off work?
So can we
Saturday,
coordinate
Sunday.
with you when you
Yes.
do afterwards?
Can we maybe,
Yes.
yeah, get with it, maybe we can do it next Saturday or something? I don't know
Sure.
what next Saturday date is, but.
I don't either.
Is it
19th.
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 Is 19th?
Could you do it next Saturday?
As long as.
Morning?
I get off work
Morning?
I get off work 2 in the morning, so if I have to drive, I
Yeah.
need 12 hours.
Where are you driving from?
Fort Worth, Texas.
Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
God.
I come up here about every 3 weeks for reunification therapy, and drive paid, and have, so that's the only way you get to see your children, and he doesn't go.
Can you give, wow,
So I still
Court
go.
order, court orders.
Well, what about the next
Patient
time you're
there,
here?
and he doesn't bring the children.
It's,
It'll
what you're
work
talking
better.
about, I've been a school
You from
board
Fort
member.
Worth, Texas?
and
I'm from
this is
Des Moines,
very
but I'm
complex.
from Des
Yeah.
Moines.
It must be, because
Iowa.
I've
Yeah.
never heard of
I
it.
moved a year ago
It has to be
because.
something legally.
I
But
have
you work in Fort Worth, Texas?
Hold on,
Social
sorry.
services.
Just a whole
Yes,
bunch of
I moved to
components.
Fort Worth, Texas because I have friends there, I lived there from 88 to 99, I grew up in Des Moines, I went to Hoover. But my kids were taken from a guy from upstate New York, he moved here, I knew he was gonna kidnap them, because he's kidnapped them 7 times now. But now I haven't seen them, this is major. I mean, I've got kids going on Twitter saying, I hope you die, okay? This is major, and anyway, so yeah, I live in Fort Worth, I'll do anything, I just wanna hug my kids. I wanna hug my kids, I wanna see their graves, I wanna see them in a prom dress, I wanna see their children. But I don't wanna be left out of their education because this man is insane. I'm the one that sat next to him doing homework.
Still, if we can coordinate a better date, then maybe.
And I'll tell you something about Waukee, I wanna say this before you go, Waukee School, my children went there 1 year. My daughter kept calling saying, please mom, get me, please mom, come and get me, I'm underneath the stairs. What's wrong? She's in the 9th grade building. It's so scary here, it's so big, I just wanna go to Grimes, please let me go back to Grimes. And I said, Kaylin, there's no places to live. Your dad has not paid child support, even though he's a pilot. So the school, she went to the nurse and they said, you need to get your butt in here. I go to Waukee, I fly in there, I said, what's wrong? They said, Kaylin, pull up your sleeve. Pull it up, she's got a bandage. Kaylin, and it's all pretty. And I go, what is that? And they go, she split her wrist, but luckily she didn't do it here. And I go, that's not funny. She's covering up, thinks it's cute. She goes, oh, and by the way, your daughter tried to hang herself in our bathroom yesterday with her belt, and someone caught him and said, yesterday? Why did you not tell me that? She goes, well, I didn't think you were a parent, a custodial parent.
They will not,
Okay,
yeah.
can you meet 10 o'clock Monday?
Morning?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I'm in that forensic psychology.
Oh, what time are you done?
11.
11?
yeah.
Okay, let's meet Monday at 11.
Where at?
At the Creative Visions. Can you give me the address?
But I get out at 11, give me a few minutes.
11:30?
11:30.
Sure.
I'll rearrange my schedule.
I've got therapy on my back Mondays,
Okay. I can meet at 11:30 Monday.
Well, when we
Anyone
11:30?
who wants to know more is happy to be there because.
Well,
I-
but bring some
there's a
other
lot of
parents
school
and let's
districts that
talk.
don't do that. We
Let's
need to
talk
keep
to get
that
that.
in mind.
Natasha, can you meet it?
And before you go, please, I don't know if you Twitter or Facebook, please, I'm making it.
I Facebook.
Okay.
I Twitter if I
I
have to.
started this last Saturday in honor of my children. Remember the ice bucket challenge that went viral?
I do.
Yes.
This is called the Red Bucket Challenge. I did this. Hashtag Red Bucket Challenge on Twitter or Facebook, and you're gonna see what that'll help educate you, get you started before we see you
What do
Monday.
you, red bucket, what do you,
Red bucket
you're not
challenge.
We're
pouring
putting
ice on it?
envelopes in the bucket with the name of the children we haven't seen in some people 4 years, 5 years, and honor them with money because we don't have any Christmas gifts to give them. They don't get their Christmas gifts. They either don't give them to them or they're returned. They're completely alienated, missing out on half of their identity that they get from the other parent. That's the key here. They're not gonna grow up complete with both fullness, okay? And so we're donating to show that support, and Jody's been working with one of the captains of Salvation Army to make it go viral and national and bring attention to this. It's really a
And the
national
reason why-
crisis that's underneath
The
the.
reason why I chose
Yeah, well, we
Salvation
should come
Army,
too.
the reason why I chose them is because they helped me in a crisis with children when they weren't getting toys 1 year. So I thought, why not? I'm gonna do it for the Salvation Army. The captain called me and said, are you really doing a Red Bucket Challenge? I go, yeah, I hope I'm not in trouble. He goes, no, this is awesome and we're gonna help you raise awareness. Because I know how fragile animation is. Because I know people that are doing it and they're living. It's a living death. That's what we call it. You wake up every day and go, God, why are you letting us wake up? There's no choice.
And I just, what touched my heart is that I know where my son is at. And I know, but I'm listening to you. Your children are here and you can't get to them. So, we understand. Trust me. So, 11:30 at Creative Visions. Representative?
I wrote it down.
Okay.
I got
And
it.
they give you the address, we'll meet, and we'll go from there, all right? Here, give me a hug, give me a hug real quick, give me a hug. Ain't nothing like a big hug.
That hashtag into my stream channel chat, so people watching or who watch it later on YouTube, they can follow that.
That's another thing. In my school district, my child brought home a cat from a registered sex offender's house.
You got it right there?
What?
That man is on conviction for a certain 2 counts, one of sex assault, one of rape of 14 to 17-year-old girls. and he has a 15-year-old girl living in his house, and she brought cats to school for the kids, and one came home with me. Now fortunately, I live in a district that the superintendent district's amazing. They don't do any of the stuff that we're describing here, so that, we are blessed. So there are some districts that are really awesome. I don't wanna throw the baby out with the bathwater, but there is no reason under this sun. I have little children in my home. That's a grooming and luring tactic. And I was so hot, I went to the sheriff, I haven't heard a word since. The craziness is, there's a whole community, and we need to watch out for this as a nation. Because parents are in gaming sites, whatever, with their kids, and they're gaming and whatever. There's a whole community of kids that are gaming, there's some connections being made down there. So, yeah, that's an issue. There's a bus stop right in front of his house. I don't understand how that is.
And what was your name, so I can write down, Mateo?
Your name?
Yeah, yours and your Facebook page that you.
My name's Jody, J-O-D-I, Mueller,
And what was the Facebook page you wanted me to send?
and I'd rather you guys not go to my personal page.
No, the
Your-
site, right?
Yeah, go
The
to my
Facebook group.
Facebook one is,